Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Ellen Barrett, and my first guest today is a subject I love talking about, coffee. And I think everybody loves talking about it. At least if you don't, you should, because coffee is great and it's magical. And I'm joined by Kate Sirianni, and she is the owner of Cresendo Espresso Bar and Music Cafe. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And first, we just wanted to know, did you always want to own a coffee shop, or how did this come to be?
Yeah, so I've been in the coffee industry for about 11 years.
Wow.
And my first...
What a joy.
Yeah, seriously. My first job, I was living in Denver, Colorado, pursuing a music career, and It was a job that I could have to work in the morning and then play at night. Wow. And my first job, I was like, I'm going to open my own coffee shop someday and make it a music venue.
So it's kind of the best of both worlds for you.
It's great, yeah, totally.
So what is your goal as a cafe and a music bar?
We really want to create a solid customer experience across the board. So high-end coffee, really reliable, really consistent, and then music, same thing. Right. Where people know that if they come to see a show at Cresendo, it's going to be great, even if they don't know the artist, even if they don't necessarily like the genre of music. If they come to see a show at the shop, it's going to be awesome. If they come to grab a cup of coffee, it's going to be awesome.
So it sounds like it's almost kind of like an experience, really, whenever you stop by.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. And where do you see your business going in 5 years? Because I know I looked at your website too, and you guys have a lot going on. Yeah. You do events where you can actually bring coffee and an espresso bar to people to your event.
Yeah.
So what's the plan for the next 5 years?
So about a little over a year ago, we launched a mobile portion of our business, what you're referring to now. And really, we really feel like one brick and mortar store, the one that we have on Monroe Street, is going to be our one location. And the mobile bar is really the thing that we see kind of taking off and spreading its wings, because it's been pretty successful so far. People really like it. We can bring the same customer experience that you have in our store. We can bring it to your wedding, corporate event, that kind of thing. And we're really gonna take off with that, I think.
Right.
That's our
And I really
goal.
like the idea, because I feel like it's something I've never thought of before, but then I'm like, that is so awesome, because most people love coffee and great coffee. Yeah. And what a cool way to kind of make your event a little bit more unique and different than something that other people are doing.
Yeah, it's something that's kind of overlooked. It's kind of like, we'll have coffee at the end of the night.
But it's usually, not very good.
And the presentation usually isn't there.
Right.
So it's cool to be able to offer an experience even at the end of your night or during your cocktail hour. Right. That's something a little bit new and fun, or at your business meeting.
Very cool. And what would you recommend to people who are coming into Cresendo for the first time?
We are kind of known for our nitro cold press coffee, which is a 16-hour cold brew toddy system coffee that we keg and then put on nitrogen tap, and it pulls kind of like a beer, so it cascades. It's really beautiful. It's super creamy, delicious. Wow. We use anodyne coffee in our coffee shop. They're a roaster out of Milwaukee. And so I would say try that. And then this summer we're doing affogatos, which are it's espresso and ice cream. We're using calliope ice cream.
Oh my!
We have
another thing that I love.
Yeah, seriously. But then we also do floats with the nitro cold press coffee. So ice cream and coffee.
And so this may be kind of an obvious question, but what sets you apart from some of the other coffee bars or different places, and even the different coffee bars on Monroe Street?
Sure. So we've touched on it a couple of times.
Yeah.
The customer experience is really, really important to us. And I think that is really kind of what sets us apart, is that we want it to be experienced from the moment you walk into the door, and when you leave, we want you to feel like, I really want to go back there. It felt great. It felt like home to me.
Right.
And that's really what we strive for, and hope that we present to our customers.
And now before we go, I have to ask, favorite coffee drink, go.
Oh my gosh, an 8-ounce double shot whole milk vanilla latte.
Ooh, that was a pretty quick answer.
Well,
That's always my best question, for coffee experts, that's a good one to know. So maybe give that a try, or try the cold brew. That sounds pretty interesting too.
Cold brew's great.
So make sure you check out the Cresendo Espresso Bar and Music Cafe. It's at 1859 Monroe Street. So be sure to check them out. Thank you so much for being here today, Kate.
Thank you for having me.
Talk of the Town will be back right after this.